What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in to round up a bunch of updates, new content and changes coming to Destiny 2 this week. So, today we have the reset for the 17th of December. Alongside that, there's another game update. We know about some of the changes there touching Revenant content, and Bungie have other things on the list which haven't been fixed just yet that players will be interested to see whether we get. We'll also round up changes for the Dawning that Bungie have made, as well as featured Eververse items this week. We'll touch on some of the key stuff, round up community objectives for the week, and a handful of other items in the video. So if you guys enjoyed this one, a rating below really does help us out. But now let's get into it. And so first up this week, we're going to get update 8152. As far as we know, this is going to be the final update of the year before Bungie go quiet for the holiday season. And for confirmed updates right here, they're going to be adjusting tonics for Revenant. So Bungie have said the main goal is to give you far more opportunities to earn weapons you're chasing with tonics and decrease instances of tonics running out mid-activity. So the planned changes include that legendary tonics will guarantee the associated weapon drops when triggered directly to the loot feed, rather than being shared across multiple Revenant weapon drops. And you'll see these drops as you defeat enemies or complete general activities throughout the game. On top of that, base tonic durations are being increased, which can also be further increased by lab equipment, some of the upgrades that Ido has. And so uncommon tonic durations increased to 40 minutes, that were previously 20. Rare tonic duration increases to 60 minutes from 40, and legendary tonic duration increases to 80 minutes. And especially with some of the other upgrades, those are going to last quite a while. On top of that, there are general bug fixes to help address a small number of tonics that are currently focusing the wrong weapons or armor. It's wild that that's been going on since the start of the episode, but finally, legendary tonics now affect chances of obtaining the specified item from the relevant activity. So consuming a tonic of Vantage Point Onslaught, for instance, will increase the chances of that weapon dropping from Revenant Onslaught chests. So it addresses some of the feedback around the tonic system, which I guess it is what it is at this point, but some small changes to improve them are always good. Otherwise, we're not 100% certain what else we'll get in the patch today. Bungie had identified the issue with Sentinel Shield Super doing more damage than intended, and they'd said they were targeting a fix for mid-December, so presumably if we're going to get that fix before the end of the year, it will be this week. And I guess the same applies to Golden Gun and Celestial Nighthawk, and the extra super energy it's gaining. But I'll have to keep you posted later on when we get the official patch notes. Otherwise, something to keep in mind this week, but Bungie have outlined this week will be the final opportunity to find the Adept Azumi RR4 Sniper. While it will still be available for focusing, this will be the last chance for now to earn the Adept version. So keep that in mind this week in the Nightfall, which is the Arms Dealer. They also say next week, December 24th, the Rake Angle will be in rotation. But of course we'll cover all of that stuff for the next reset. Now though, to touch on the Dawning briefly, last week when it dropped, it was in a very buggy state. Some of those bugs have persisted, but Bungie have also fixed or changed quite a few things associated with the event. So in case you haven't played since everything went down, keep in mind Bungie have issued a fix to Dawning weapon focusing, and now they correctly have the chance to drop with extra perks in the left and right columns. But of course you need the perky and perkier present upgrades from Evil Levante for those. Otherwise, Bungie auto-completed the Amateur, Adept, and Expert Baker triumphs in the Dawning event card, as there was an issue preventing progress, so those should simply be done. Otherwise, they say they're investigating a problem where players can be stuck during the intro quest for the Dawning. And until they have a solution, they've identified a potential workaround, so after signing into your alternate character, retrieve the Dawning Oven and questline from Evil Levante. Once acquired, collecting the required Galadoodle ingredients and giving Zavala his cookies should unlock progress, so if you've still been stuck and you want to try and sort that out, it is at least something to try. Otherwise, there might be more changes for the Dawning in the patch today. We do have a quick preview of some of the highlights for Eververse this week. So, according to the rotation, we should see the Brumal Dawn ornament for Hardlight. That'll be up for 1250 Bright Dust. And then there'll be the Hard-Packed Shell Exotic Ghost, which will be up for 2850 Bright Dust. Plus we have the Glowmobile Exotic Sparrow here. This can sell for silver during the event, so keep that in mind. It'll be sold for 2000 Bright Dust this week, as will the Cross EDZ Symphony Exotic Sparrow. But other exotic items include the Festive Stag Exotic Ship, which will sell for 2000 Bright Dust. But there'll also be shaders and other items up in the store, so I'll keep you posted with reset. Otherwise, a quick heads up for next week, but it will be the final week of the Dawning, and some folks, as always, are interested in picking up all of the cosmetics. So key items for next week to keep in mind if you want to avoid spending any silver is that we will get the Sad Tree Exotic emote for 3250 Bright Dust. On top of that, we'll see the Holiday Caroling Legendary emote for 700 Bright Dust. All of these items have silver costs, so it may even be that they're featured featured this week. It will also include the wintry neighbor shell on the 24th of December for 2850 bright dust. And then there'll be the frictional cooler exotic ship for 2000 bright dust next week, as well as the new peppermint condition, which is an exotic sparrow. I guess it's a sort of candy cane thing. That will sell for 2500 bright dust as well. And finally, we'll get the Glee Barrage ornament for the Xenophage next week. And again, for all of these items, they do have silver costs, so chances are they'll be pushed in the store for silver in the next few days. But just keep in mind, 24th of December, Bungie will be in the holiday spirit and allow you to spend bright dust instead. So don't make any purchases that you can't. Don't make any silver purchases if you want to save the cash. I'd almost forgot though, before the Dawning crash landed last week, Bungie had said there'd be a community progression component that would open up a drop boost for some of the emblems that Bungie added. And so this week, Bungie have basically asked the community to make Traveler donut holes for Ikora, classic butter cookies for Eva Levante, and dark chocolate mugs for the Drifter. We're not even sure what the specific threshold we have to score is, but if you want to work towards that, those are the objectives this week. And those emblems have a chance to drop from the gift in return packages, so you can always chip away at those if you want to. And for some final quick rotation mentions for the end of the video right here, Deepstone Crypt is the featured raid this week, so all of the legendary loot and Eyes of Tomorrow will be totally farmable, so it's a good catch-up week for any of those items. The same can be said for the conditional finality, which drops from the Root of Nightmares. But additionally for exotics, we've got the Navigator, which will drop from Ghosts of the Deep. Again, it's farmable, and we have Wishkeeper from the Season of the Wish mission, which of course is Starcrust, which will be featured this week. So if you are still putting any time in to pick up existing rewards, let us know if you'll be going after those down in the comments section. But last little housekeeping note right here, we had the final TWID of the year last week from Bungie, so that means we won't be getting any more sort of major news updates in the next couple of weeks. The only thing that they have confirmed that they'll do at some point before the 7th of January is a brief preview for Act 3 content, and probably they'll be showing off things like the weapons, new artifact mods, and perhaps a quick mention of the exotic mission. But precisely when they'll do that isn't clear just yet. Probably it'll be in the new year, pretty much immediately before the launch of Act 3. So I'll keep you posted on that front. Otherwise, communications are going to slow down until I think it's the second week in January, and then Bungie will come out, probably starting to talk about Heresy pretty quick, as Act 3 this time around is going to be very short. I think it's a total of 4 weeks. So in some respects, it isn't really that long now until we get another one of these content drops. For today though, guys, that's what we have to round up in this video. So as always, I hope you found it useful. If you have, a rating really does help us out. Also, be sure to get subscribed to the channel, and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content. Otherwise though, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.